used to keep a dream journal. I used to keep my deepest thoughts in line to help me keep my troubles off my mind. For a brief reprieve, I used to wish for clean mountain air and for the world that I could see from there. I dreamed a dream of firesides, lake shores, of car rides, of sitting back and gazing at the sky. I dreamed a dream of screwing up, of plastic forks and paper cups, of living someone else's life. Someone else's life. I won't say, no, I won't. No, I won't sit in your cold city square. No, I won't sit in your brown leather chair. If I see that there's nothing for me there, I will bite. Yes, I will bite. Oh, I will bite the apple if I choose. If I don't eat the fruit that autumn brings, then I will wait for rhubarb in the spring. I dreamed a dream of firesides, of lake shores, of car rides, of sitting back and gazing at the sky. I dreamed a dream of screwing up plastic forks and paper cups, of living someone else's life. But after all is said and done, and after my race is run, I'll worry about what I'll find down that line. I'm afraid I'll look at all I've earned at the cost of dreams deferred and wonder if there's something left to find. Oh, 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 oh. Thanks, y'all.
It's been a year and a lonely day since Janet dear went away, setting sail with men of high degree. She'll never fail, she's still at sea. Her letters tell of fortune fair, of danger found and danger dare, but missing her is causing misery. You're all alone, she's still at sea. Celia lives just down the street, and truer friends you'll never meet. The three of you will celebrate when next Jan is free, but for now she's still at sea. As the nights grow long and the fires low, and the winter winds begin to blow, many cards with Celia in quiet reverie, both missing her. She's still at sea. As frozen storms harass the waves, her letters stop for many days. You fear the worst has come to be. She's out there now, she's still at sea. Celia writes, you ask around, you share the pain when nothing can be found. You rely on each other when in January her ship returns, but she's still at sea. As weeks and months turn into years, Celia helps you dry your tears, and a love forms between you in loving memory of the one who's still at sea. Though parts of you for Jan ache, another part accepts your fate. Life on shore with her could never be. Now evermore she's still at sea. Oh, thank you so much. Wow. Seriously, such a pleasure to be here and to play for an audience of musicians and music lovers and acoustic lovers. This is our favorite thing to do. We're on tour from Austin, Texas. This is our second stop. And so we've been in the van quite a bit. It's so good to be back in Colorado. I grew up here in the Western Slope, lived in Boulder for 4 years. And just that breath of mountain air when you first step out.
Glorious. It's a tune that I wrote about a feller from a place not terribly far away from here.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And I'm going to introduce it a little bit longer. It is called The Old Man from Canab, and I wrote it about an old man that I met in a place called Albuquerque. And thank you for laughing. Now, from a place called Canab. Has anybody been to Canab? What's it like? Must be nice. No, just kidding. It was actually very nice. Yeah, that guy just, he really had a sense of how he wanted to live his life, and that's what he was doing. And he led I guess from the outside, a simple life, but it was very rich. And he was a beautiful, beautiful, inspirational person. So that's what this song is. There's a gate at the end of the driveway. There's a pasture beyond the gate. And there's a mountain top where the sun makes its bed when it's cold and it starts to get late. The night is still and peaceful. Dawn smile at the moon. Firelight flickers and it licks at our feet, dancing to their undying tune. A room in the desert, a roof overhead, a root buried deep in loose sand, seeking life in a land that's long dead, seeking life in a land that's long dead. There's a priest at the head of the table, greeting guests from a faraway land. They're speaking in tongues so foreign and strange that the old man, he can't understand. His altar is his saddle, and his Bible's etched on canyon walls. To travel the world, a man doesn't need to travel very far. A room in the desert, a roof overhead, a root buried deep in loose sand, seeking life in a land that's long dead, seeking life in a land that's long dead, seeking life in a land that's long dead, seeking life in a land. A room in the desert, a roof overhead, a root buried deep in loose sand, seeking life in a land that's long dead.
Thank you so much. Oh. Y'all, this is Mr. Everett Wren over here on the fiddle.
Yeah.
This song is called Dante. 1, 2, 3.
Broken mystique through our windows. Dastardly cheap in our fish bowls. Gaslight and charmed for the lead line. Day turned disarms, quenches our shine. Throwing pebbles to confuse. Open bottles of excuse. Drink the wine. from our homeness. Scenes and arranged by a crash chef. Throwing pebbles to confuse. Open bottles of excuse. Drink the fuel.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Man. I have to say on a personal note, the foot stomping applause.
Oh my God, I was going to say.
Oh,
Love it.
That's hip. That's hip right
hip.
there. Comes from the hip.
oh yeah. Travels right down through the floor. I feel like I'm back in watching Jumanji as a child, but also up here doing this. It's awesome. I love it so much.
Or watching Jumanji as an adult. You might be wondering what this instrument over here is, and so am I.
So this is a bouzouki that I picked up in Ireland. I've been living in Ireland, as Mike alluded to, for a couple of years. And this is a bouzouki that looks like a guitar and plays like anything I want.
That's right. Lay down, let your silk unwind. You know you can't stay, let's just pretend for a minute more. I'm not alone, but you feel at home. Down here in the streets, in flannel sheets. Come down for an hour or two. Leave the pearls at home to cling to themselves as you cling to me. How much do you miss them? How much do you miss the men who wear perfume in their sleep? Do you miss them more than you miss me? So don't say sorry, don't offer to come back soon. It isn't jealousy that makes me want to follow you into your tower room. No, it's the subtleties, the subtle way you tease, the subtle way you tell me that you're not in my league, not even close. Wake up, you've been sleeping for too long. Did you think that nobody would read your little notes as you pass them along? You can't lie to them, not to those kinds of men who'll buy you the skies above, then they'll expect your love. So don't say sorry, don't offer to come back soon. You know it isn't jealousy that makes me want to follow you to your tower room. Oh, it's the subtleties, the subtle way that you tease. It's the subtle way you tell me that you're not in my league, not even close. Makeup and a long red gown, smiling on his arm as he leads you to the best restaurant in town. Doesn't matter who he killed, doesn't matter the blood you spilled, 'cause that was yesterday and you got a new brush to wash the pain away. sorry he don't offer to come back soon. No, it isn't jealousy that makes me want to follow you to your tower room. It's a subtlety, subtle way that you tease. It's a subtle way you tell me that you're not in my league. Not even close, not even close. It's a subtlety. It's a subtlety. It's a subtleties. Subtle way you tease. The subtle way you tell me that you're not in my league. Not even close.
David Rabinowitz there on the vocals for y'all tonight.
Thanks very much, friends. We're touring to celebrate and also to have the most fun we can possibly have, but to celebrate the release of our debut album, which we have CDs of here today. It came out 1 week ago today.
To this day.
To this day. It's called Daydream, and we've been playing together for many years, but this was our first time getting in the studio and really seeing where all these songs wanted to go. And so all these songs you're hearing tonight are from that record. They're all originals. This is one that I wrote called I Won't Write Murder Ballads, and it's about a folk tradition that we all know.
Perils of playing many instruments is that you have to practice many instruments. That's it.
1, 2, 3. A man loves a woman. That's how it always starts. But he's poisoned by a jealousy, a longing, or an evil in his heart. He comes up with a plan to rid himself of worry. He'll rid the world of that poor girl if she will not be his to love and marry. Takes her down to the river. That's always the next part. And sends her to the current, cursing, wandering within her aching heart. Or else she lies in mesh in the arms of her lover. And our man takes her 44, tell her that she cannot have another. Where every gallows stands, the story of a man tells his gruesome tale before he passes. Where every hanging man gives wisdom of the damned. I'll stand among the crowd and I'll write murder ballads. By the law, that's how it always ends. And regretful though he is, he knows that with a chance he'd do it all again. He's freed from his pain, the pain of his existence. And the pain that lingers on is of a woman who has lost one of her sisters. These stories travel fast. Not long after I write them, they're peddled to to the children to alarm or scare or possibly delight them? What stories do we love? What stories carry meaning? And what is it about a man who kills a woman that we find so damn appealing? Where every ghetto stands, the story of a man tells his gruesome tale before he passes. Where every hanging man gives wisdom of the dance. I'll stand among the crowd, but I won't write murder ballads. I'll just stand among the crowd.
The song's by Soul Chase,
Thank
everybody.
you very much.
I love that song.
Thank you.
This tune is called Windshield. This is one that I wrote about my favorite part of the car. I think it's a really good... Y'all are encouraging me too much. No, this is a song about seeing something that you really want to do, and I guess I'll be generous with myself and say not really being in a place where you can go do that. Yeah, Windshield. And it goes like this. I've seen ice burn like fire, and I've seen sunshine fall like snow, and I've seen men explode from looking, not knowing that eyes come and go through a shimmer in the nighttime, like a cool summer rain. I've learned I'll never feel the sunshine if I'm hiding in the shade, but I've seen the mirage through a windshield, and I've heard the road whisper too. But I'm confined in a lifetime, so what's a man to do? It's like I'm swimming upstream to get back to a place where I've never been. It's like I'm chasing a dream, one that pulls me up and pushes me back down again. I know that things ain't always the way they seem. The currents pull me back at the moment when I start to get a sense of which way to go. Mr. Taylor Turner on the bass. Must seem foolish to squint at what you can hardly see, but I'd rather swim through darkness than nestle softly on the bed of the sea. His voices drifted into static, though a crowd roared and cheered. The wind's howls at the rockets whistling by, they likewise fell on deaf ears. I've seen the mirage through a windshield, and I've heard the road whisper too. But I'm playing a game that's run by the blues. I'm swimming upstream to get back to a place where I've never been. It's like I'm chasing a dream, one that pulls me up and pushes me back down again. I know that things ain't always the way they seem. The currents pull me back at the moment when I start to get a sense of which way to go. Of which way to go. Thanks, y'all.
We're gonna play a fiddle tune now. Played some great fiddle tunes in the little mini jam outside earlier. That's so lovely.
So fun.
We just get to come in and have our first Colorado jam session at a show with all these amazing humans. Thanks for that. Seriously, that's a treat.
Gosh. Such a privilege. That's Everett Wren on the fiddle, everybody. That's the Arkansas State fiddle champion over there. That guy knows how to play. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, buddy. Y'all should keep an eye. I hope this is appropriate to say, but y'all should keep an eye on Taylor's hips, because he's got this really idiosyncratic wiggle, and it's like, it's the best. We love it. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for wiggling so good. This next song we're going to play is a love song. We're so comfortable here. We're having so much fun. No, for real, like we're really, really grateful to you guys. I don't want to speak for everybody, but I will. And we're really grateful and I will. This is so lovely. Y'all are so lovely. It's just so fun. All right. When the hour is getting late, when your eyes can't bear the weight, when our paths must separate, I will be there. When the moon is at its peak, when your soul grows tired and weak, when it's hard turn a cheek, I will be there in the morning. I've never been a man of God, but I've often sung her praises. When she showed herself to me, I sank to my knees in worship. Wanting more, it's there knocking at my door. And if I'm sailing far from shore, I will be there. And if it's time for me to go, if a strong west wind blows, with all I am, with all I know, there in the morning. I've never been a man of God, but I've often sung her praises. When she showed herself to me, I sank to my knees in worship. Touched the hand of God until I finally stopped reaching. When she reached her hand to me, I sank to my knees in worship. In worship. In worship. Thanks, everybody. This next song we're going to play is also from the record. It's called Empty House.
Baby, don't call me me on Sundays. She likes spending weekends on her own. I'm getting tired waking up on Monday, walking around an empty house alone. She's mine in the morning, she's somewhere else at night. Free spirit is hard to hold, hers is free alright. She's mine and we're together, but she likes to roam. I'm walking around an empty house alone. She gets lonesome. I know she comes back feeling fine. Says she's staying true, and I believe her. Just wish that I could give her peace of mind. She's mine in the morning, she's somewhere else at night. Free spirit is hard to hold, hers is free alright. She's mine and we're together, but she likes to roam. I'm walking around an empty house alone. Lighthouse, guiding her back to our happy home. But I fear that my love is an anchor, tying her to places she's outgrown. She's mine in the morning, she's somewhere else at night. A free spirit is hard to hold, hers is free alright. She's mine and we're together, but she likes to roam. I'm walking around an empty house alone. I'm walking around an empty house alone. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Man, we really love love. We named our band after it. We're called Big Love Car Wash. Oh my gosh, I just want to take the sentiment. Oh man, I'm totally gonna get it wrong now. But how lovely to learn how to miss you in a beautiful place, from a beautiful place. Such a gorgeous sentiment. I was so moved by that. That was so nice. Yeah, I don't know where Mickey is, but killed it.
Just right over there.
Yeah. Oh, where you were before? How did I miss you? Yeah. Anyways, this song is called To Break a Heart. Nobody said it'd be easy, but all that it takes is a start. Just finally get that ball rolling, and it's not hard to break a heart. Just remember that it isn't about you, just the truth, simple and cold. Keep your eyes on the prize and swallow pretty lies, and it's easy to crush a soul. There's no trial and there isn't a contest, but nobody is going home whole. Something just didn't line up right, and it swallowed this little worm. But you can always show compassion. Kindness is more than a tool. Sometimes kindness means doing, and sometimes the doing is cruel. Feel your cadence so idiosyncratic, can rattle your armor and shock what was static. Quivering lip makes it all the more tragic, so just remember to breathe. take a big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Sometimes it's all we really need. Your mind cuts loose your steering. The winds may be wild and your boat may be veering, but just remember to breathe.
David Rabinowitz, how about that guitar solo? Thanks very much, y'all. So as I mentioned, we've got CDs for sale, and you can find us online everywhere at Big Love Car Wash. And the record sounds quite a bit different. This is such a beautiful opportunity to play our songs entirely acoustic. And if you listen to the CD, you'll get an extra little Easter egg with each track. You know, there are drums, there are electric guitars, there's piano,
The album comes with 16 Easter eggs.
On this song, we brought in a choir, and we have like 16 or 32 parts that David wrote out, many parts, and it's a beautiful experience. And we're not going to attempt to replicate that today, but it's a bonus treat if you check out the CD or if you listen to us online. This one's called Memorial, and we all wrote it together. We wrote it about the experience of witnessing grief and seeing a friend or a loved one experiencing grief, and knowing that you're one of the lucky few who isn't going through something really difficult in this one moment, and offering yourself and your empathy to help lift them up. And I just think that's something we all can do as much of as we possibly can.
I see you there at the memorial. Somber faces arrayed before you for the last time to bid farewell. I see you there, so corporeal, taking the places of those who came before you for the first time. Edges of your pain, and I know that I'll feel the same when it's my turn to say goodbye for the last time. But tonight I'm one of the lucky ones. For the first, just one last time to say goodbye. I wanna hold your heart in sorrow. I wanna give you my steadiness to borrow. I wanna tell you that I feel the edges of your pain, and I know that I'll feel the same when it's my turn to say goodbye for the last time. But tonight I'm one of the lucky ones, one of the lucky ones. lucky ones we can be. Some of the lucky ones patiently we can share this reverie.
Thank you so much, y'all. We are Big Love Car Wash. We got one more song for you
you.
tonight. We've had such an incredible time. We'll be in Boulder tomorrow, so if you feel like making a drive, you can hear all these songs again. No, seriously, thanks so much for having us. Mike and Michael running sound back there, making us sound so good. We appreciate each and every one of you for coming out and supporting live music. This is how we stay connected, build empathy and community. Y'all know that. That's why you're here. I wrote down your number. You laughed and said just put it in your phone. I said, but this way I can feel it in my pocket on the long and lonely walk back home. I picked up a paper from the stand outside the building where you live. You said the world is ending, so you better find a sinner to forgive. Oh, but is it ever funny? Is it ever lighter-hearted than the war? And will a conflagration dim to the forgotten smoking embers of before? Will the news from up the country make me wanna throw my head way back in line? Maybe I'll put on a movie, be less choosy. It's the 21st century telegraph. I sent you a postcard from a rail yard on the southern side of Maine. You texted me that you couldn't read my writing. Ah, but you enjoyed it just the same. When I got home, our friends were in the limbo between busy, tired, and free. That night I ended up singing to myself while you sat next to me watching TV. Oh, but is it ever real? Does it ever make you feel like you belong? Like the harmony you're singing is a crucial part of someone else's song. Does the news from up the country make me wanna throw my head way back in line? Maybe I'll put on a movie, be less choosy. It's the 21st century telegraph. Latest on talk radio is how the world's forgotten how to talk. Some scientists are calling it an earthquake. Some think it's just an aftershock. So I turn the dial clockwise, but there's static on 98.2. Seems the country station's gone, and so is hoping.
so is pain, and so are you. Oh, but is it ever freeing? Does it ever lift you up above your fear? And will the word of consolation fall belatedly on disaffected ears? Does the news from up the country make me want to throw my head way back in line? Maybe I'll go make a movie, be less choosy. It's the 21st century telegraph.
Thank you so much. Taylor Turner on the bass. David Rabinowitz playing the guitar. Everett Wren on the fiddle and the dobro. We are Big Love Car Wash. Y'all come grab a CD, grab a t-shirt. We'll be here. We love playing here. Thank you.
Well, hey, hold on just a second. We got to have one more. Okay? All right.
Twist our arms, why don't you?
This is an old tune of our very own Soul Chases. And it's so fun.
I wrote this when I was 17.
And now he's 18.
1, 2, 3.
Spring band, come and soon take our troubles with a wooden spoon. Settle down, no more pain. Wait with our spoon for the promised rain. One more dried up riverbed, uncovered holes lured in their dead. Falsely by the current they were led. Red stains dark on wooden toys, with scars and thirst our fleeting noise. Though there's no water, our hopes and dreams are fed. Canyon walls, one goes down. One more body for the cold hard ground. Shots ring from metal hands. I fear we'll die covered up in sand. One more dried up riverbed, uncovered holes lured in their dead. Falsely by the current they were led. Red stains dark on wooden toys, with scars and thirst our fleeting noise. Though there's no water, hopes and dreams are fed. desperate lips of marble sight. Now we lie darker still. From poison water we drank our fill. One more dried up riverbed, uncovered holes lured in their dead. Falsely by the current they were led. Red stains dark on wooden toys, but scars and thirst are fleeting noise. Though there's no water, our hopes and dreams are fed. Now we lie darker still. From poison water we drank our fill.
Thank you all so much. Thanks, y'all.